Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Hit the like button, comment below, share, do all of that, man. I appreciate y'all. Hit the subscribe button for all sports entertainment related. We got the champ, Mr. Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt in the building. What's up, man?
What's up with you, man? Thanks for having me on the show. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Absolutely. First of all, congratulations on not only winning the title from Hector Lombard, but defending your belt against Joe Riggs in dominating fashion, man.
Yeah, man. You know, talking can only do so much. And before I was golden into, being a loudmouth or having to, basically throw a temper tantrum to get my way, I was a quiet assassin. I was already wrecking shit before the whole thing with Hector Lombard and I snatched the belt and he hit me and all of that. I was already wrecking shit. I wouldn't have been there if I wasn't a top dog already. Just nobody knew me. So it was easy for them to do little sneaky shit. You know what I mean? But I had to do what I had to do. And now everybody knows.
Absolutely. Now, word on the street, your next opponent's going to be Mike Richmond.
Yeah. Nah, that's all hype, man. I told the fans out the gate that Mike Richmond was just looking for a little boost in his social media, his street cred, by stepping to me or even by mentioning my name on Instagram. You know what I mean? It'd have to be a sleepy boxing commission or BKFC president to even sign on that fight. That's a duck for me. Mike Richmond's a duck for me. And people might want to see it and it might be all nostalgic and shit, but the fact of the matter is somebody got to pay for that. Somebody got to pay. So you might want to see it, but somebody got to pay a lot of money, right? Mike Richmond ain't jumping at the bit to get in the ring with me, man. Come on, man. Don't be silly. You talking about somebody who come from a 155er. I was 188 a freshman in high school. I don't even ever remember being 155. My daughter 155. Like get the fuck out of here. So I don't play that. I mean, if they would have sent the contract, I would have signed it, but they didn't. So that goes to show you.
Okay. So when can we expect?
Oh, go ahead. No,
I was about to say, when can we expect to see you back in the ring, champ?
I haven't announced it yet. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go ahead and let you know because, like I said, you took a special interest in the game. So I'm going to drop it to you first. You're going to be the first person to know. I'm fighting Quentin Henry for the 205 title in New Orleans on October 1st. Like I said, 185 champ, 205 champ, heavyweight champ. Ain't nobody deterring me from my goals, from my plans, from my dreams. I don't give a fuck about your little petty beefs or what you got to say and blah, blah, blah. I told you exactly what I was going to do. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that fight. It's going to be a good fight, man.
Nah,
So, on your end, what do you expect to happen in that fight, man?
Man. You know what? It's sad to say, without seeming, overconfident and all of that, I'm a different type of fighter. I always find a way to win. I always figure out how to make the adjustment, and I always find a way to shine a light on your weakness. Quentin Henry has many weaknesses, and I'm patient enough to allow him to pick which weakness becomes his demise. But he's got a bunch of weaknesses, a bunch. And one of them is he like to duck his head down all the time. He like to fight with his eyes closed. That's a big weakness at this level in the sport. You got to be able to see what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. He's just got it's too many weird weaknesses to list for a high level fighter such as myself. People just now figuring out, oh, he's good. Damn, you're a little late to be figuring it out. 30 days, 45 days into the fight. You just now figured out I'm good. All right.
Now, with you, when you get past Henry and become a double champ at 205 and 185, what are the responsibilities of being a double champ?
I don't know, because I don't know what they have in mind, but I know what I have in mind. And like I said in my interview after I beat Joe Riggs, I will continue to defend my belt. while challenging for the 205 belt and coming for the heavyweight title. As far as I'm concerned, push the paperwork. Don't try to pretend like, oh, the champ needs time to recover and all of that nonsense, because it's not me. It's not me. I came in hungry. I got double the amount of fights than most of the guys on the BKFC roster. You understand what I'm saying? I was fighting once every 3 months for years while everybody else was sitting on the couch. So now that I'm the champ, don't make it like I gotta wait 6 months to get a fight. If I got 2 belts, then run it. You can run this fight, and you can run that fight, and you can run this fight till somebody beat me. Somebody gonna have to beat me, man. I ain't relinquishing nothing. I ain't giving away nothing. Ain't gonna be no interim champs or none of that bullshit as long as I'm around. Somebody gonna have to shoot me. I'm not fucking around.
And you know what? I was just gonna ask you about that. If you had the belt from 185 and 205, you've been very active in your past 2 years. You've been fighting, you know what, 3 times a year. So do you think the weight cut?
I've been fighting in 3 weight classes anyway. That's why I know I can do it. See, it's not about overconfident or none of that shit. I'm just the right size to be able to dominate over those weight classes. Most people who are my size or bigger than me, they can't move as fast as me. And most people who are smaller than me, they can't cut the mustard when it comes to the strength game in the 205 and the heavyweight divisions. They can't stand in front of a giant. But me, I'm just right in between, kind of like how Mike Tyson was. Mike Tyson wasn't the largest man in the world, but he was the baddest man in the world. See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I got just that. I'm 6 foot even. I'm 225 when I wake up in the morning. I'm 212 when I get done working out every day. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not really a big cut for me to make 205. And then 185 is a true fighter's weight for somebody my size. True. So when I'm 185, I'm the most dangerous man on the planet. It's feral. It's vicious. I don't even like it. It's too much power. It's too much speed. So, and it took so much work to get there. I can't even give you nothing. You can't win nothing. So I don't know, man. So I'm going to 205 right now, and then I'm going to heavyweight after that.
Okay. Some people are gonna ask about the Trujillo rematch. Will they be able to get that rematch?
Listen. Trujillo gotta get off the fucking couch. Y'all talking to a man that's literally fighting 3, 4, 5 times a year, putting on shows. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. If Trujillo only fighting once a year, how we ever gonna match back up? He ain't in my class. I'm 9-1. Lord in over 2 divisions. He's 4-0. 2 fights at heavyweight, 2 fights at 205. He ain't even on my level. So that's like why he get a rematch. Just because he cut me? That's it. That's all. That's his claim to fame. He the only fighter that ever get a stoppage against me. So that means I got to walk around the rest of my life waiting for Trujillo? Fuck Trujillo. He better get in the ring and get in the rankings and get his ass in championship contention. He's not in championship contention. He's not even ranked. Fuck I'm worried about Trujillo for? I ain't worried about him. I'm going 185, 205, heavyweight champ. If he looking for me, he know where to find me. Absolutely. He know where I'm at. I'm still here. Never left. Still running this shit. When the cut originally happened, and I challenged, I don't know if you guys seen recently, it was a big deal on Facebook and Instagram that the boxing commission finally agreed to unify rules for bare knuckle. The reason that was important was because by there being no unified rules for bare knuckle, I couldn't challenge the ruling on me and Trujillo's fight. Trujillo cut me, and they stopped it. They called it a doctor stoppage. But the doctor never looked at it. The referee stopped it. He didn't even count. It was a cut lip and bare knuckle. So I challenged the ruling to the boxing commission, and they returned. They said, while you have a valid point, there are no unified rules, so we have no power to overturn it. So we sitting up here talking about a person that's 9-1, and my only loss was some sort of stupid ass technicality. I'm not worried about Trujillo. Trujillo's worried about me, and if he wasn't, he would be fighting to get in title contention instead of hiding behind ducks and trying to slowly, meticulously pick who he fight. Once again, what? Like, y'all ain't wondered why I'm 9-1 and he's 4-0, but he beat me and I'm the champ? Y'all ain't tried to figure that out? Right. If you ain't tried to figure that out, you ain't a true fan. And if you ain't a true fan, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you an explanation of nothing. Because if you was paying attention, you would know why I'm the champ.
Absolutely. So do you think that he's just waiting on you to, I guess, keep on getting better and better, keep getting more titles so he can just come out and just keep talking crazy?
I believe, honestly, my personal opinion, from the champ, from the top, looking at a scared man. I believe the man is afraid, because just like Jomi Escoboza, who came from BYB talking all that smack, oh, I'm about to come and take this bitch over, I'm about to get a title fight, I'm going to be the 85, and then get beat by a duck. Now he way at the bottom of the list, right? That's why he don't want to fight, because he don't want nobody to figure out he ain't shit. So his only claim to fame is to be able to say, I beat the champ. I beat the champ. I met Michael Jackson. I shook his hand. Oh, man, get out. He's a groupie. And the Trujillo fans is groupies. The only fans he got is out of Miami. He ain't been at work. He ain't been out the first line. He ain't seen him tested. He ain't been tested. Ain't no testing. He got against me. First round, closed his eyes, chucked his arm out, cut my lip. Referee stopped it. Everybody jumped up and down because we was in Miami. So it was an at-home fight, at-home crowd, home court advantage. They stopped my fight and everybody cheered. I got up, nodded my head, and took this bitch over. So I have Trujillo to thank. It's all your fault, dumbass. It's all your fault. All these problems that I'm putting on the BKFC, it's all your fault. Anybody who ever try to cheat me, ever put their hands on me, ever think they're going to get away with something when it come to me, nah, I'm the Juggernaut, boy. I'm going to get mine. So one day, some way, me and Trujillo, we going to hit, but I ain't finna slow up the Lorenzo show for this bum. Why would I do that?
It's going backwards.
That's going backwards. Originally, I called him out after every knockout. I said, I want a rematch. I want Trujillo. I said, double or nothing. I said, I'll put my purse up. Nothing. Nothing from his camp. They never tried to give me a rematch. They never answered the bell. The next time we heard from Trujillo was when I fought Hector for the championship. Now, all of a sudden, he's talking about, I beat him before. I'm going to be the champ now. Man, get out of here, man. I ain't barring that. I put in too much work.
Absolutely. So with that being said, you working your way up, beating everybody, dominating fashion, getting the title shot, becoming the champion, right? How do you stay motivated? What fuels the fire inside of you?
This type of shit. See, the world don't believe I deserve it. So I'm going to prove it. Because you don't know what it takes. You don't know what it takes. You know what it takes to be a spectator. You know what it takes to watch. You know what it takes to type shit on Instagram and talk shit about a champ. But every day, my alarm go off at 5 o'clock. I'm already woke. I wake up my alarm clock. If you can't do that, if you can't beat the sun up every day, if you don't have that drive, I'm already outside. People still sleep 4 more hours. I done got it in for 4 hours before you woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm not, I'm just gonna show the world what I can do. And eventually I'll get the nod. Eventually people will be like, man, he just wanted. He just wanted so bad. And that's how you get it. Period. Manifestation by mouth, by heart, by love, by will. Every day I get up and will myself, and them dudes is on the couch eating pizza, talking crap.
Mm-hmm.
I know what to do. So that's what motivates me, honestly. And, I have a family. I'm a strong family. I've always been an athlete my whole life. Nothing makes me happier than seeing my mama happy and my father proud. My father trained me in martial arts when I was a kid. For him to be standing
Mm-hmm.
behind me, watching me utilize the things that he taught me when I was 10, and he like, yeah, just like that. And it all worked. The whole book. We got the whole book. It all worked. You know what I mean? So we in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, other than that, like I said, it's about self-actualization. It's just about being the best possible me and showing the world. I'm gonna show off. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Absolutely. I mean, you always in shape. I always see you training, always in the gym, teaching. How long does a typical camp last for you?
Well, it depends on which weight class I'm fighting in. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting in the 185, my camps are usually 5 weeks because I have to go on a liquid diet and I have to break myself down and then kind of build myself back up at the last minute, just so I can be strong. At the 205, I try to do about 3 weeks. That way, I don't lose too much weight. I sweat a lot. I got them Ohio pores, so it's really not hard for me to drop weight as long as I get it in consistently. Um, the challenge for me is going to be when I go after the heavyweight title. I've never fought this big before, and it is hard for me. Like when I spar and stuff, and my normal weight, like 225, 230, it's not easy. It's
Mm-hmm.
I be like, what the fuck? Because I'm so used to being so fast that it's totally different muscles and different power. But I do believe that I can be a problem in the heavyweight division.
Okay. How do some fighters end up getting burnt out from training camp or overtraining?
They just don't want it bad enough. You know what I mean? That's like getting burnt out from counting money or getting burnt out from women. Like, I don't know. I ain't never heard of it. Like, I never heard of it, bro. It's some shit you can't get burnt out of. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
things that you love. That's the things you hold dear. That's the things that make you you. The things that you identify with. The things that are part of you. I don't get burnt out on my hands or my head or my eyes or my hair. It's mine. 24/7 supporting me. You know what I mean? I don't get burnt
Mm-hmm.
out on my family or my children. They with me 24/7, and so is the fight. The fight is with me 24/7. Training is with me 24/7. I don't never get burnt out. I'm always with it. I was outside racing the kids yesterday. I seen some of that video. I got all the kids in the neighborhood together and raced them backwards.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do. This me. This is my personality. And like I say, everybody else, if they pretending or if they thinking, it's camp or like it's the season or it's football season, I got to get ready. Bro, you already lost. I never stopped year round, 10 years. Go on YouTube. You can find me knocking people out 10 years ago. KO crash. I look just like I do now.
I was just about to ask, what are some fun things you like to do outside of fighting?
Oh, man. Like I said, I'm kind of a kid at heart. So I like roller skating, everything that I do is pretty much physically intense. Like I got a trampoline, so in the mornings that I don't jog, I get out on the trampoline and jump for about 2 hours and master the air. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I love to swim. You know, I love the beach. I'm an outdoorsy person. Torture for me would be like being in a factory or stuck in the damn Walmart all day. I don't even like standing in line. You know what I mean? In the
Mm-hmm.
box stores. So yeah, I love kicking it with the kids. I got a lot of nieces, a lot of nephews, the second generation coming up. I love to teach. Actually, one of my favorite things to do is to teach people what I'm doing, which
Mm-hmm.
is practice too. So it's like, bro, the band is having fun when he at work.
Absolutely.
Ain't no wonder, you know what I mean? It's like it ain't no wonder he stopped Curry with the shot.
In a recent video you posted, you were talking about the difference between imitators and originators. Can you explain to the people what you meant by that?
Yeah. Um, so I'll tell you this. So when I was a kid, I used to try to master the first step. And by the first step, I used to mean like that little flash. If you ever watch Marvel comics, or if you ever watched when Flash, when he go whoosh, he's gone
Mm-hmm.
already. Like by the time you feel it, he's at the place where he went. So I used to do that a lot, and I used to be able to kind of move so fast I would scare people. So what I mean by being an originator or being the guy to bust the move, it don't take me long to make a decision. It don't take me long to trust myself. It don't take me long to dive in and to make
Mm-hmm.
an informed decision and bust a move. So even when it comes to my counters, or when it comes to the way I am, I trust myself. I trust my physical ability. I trust my mind. I trust my emotions, and most importantly, I trust God. So when I make a move, hey, you might be too late. And if you try to make that move behind me, you might get ran over, because I already gauged that. We used to jump on the train to go to school. We would run real fast when we hear the train, and then grab it
Mm-hmm.
and ride it down until it get to the school, right? And I had a friend, like I would just hear it, I just break running, I'm gone. So
Mm-hmm.
he could never do it. He never caught it, but I would be at school chilling. By the time you get to school, it'd be damn near lunchtime. And one day, he actually broke just maybe a second behind me. When he grabbed the train, it kind of dragged him. but 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 it was just the fact that I never hesitated. You understand? I
Mm-hmm.
don't hesitate. And so when I bust my move, I bust my move. And everybody who tried to do it behind me, it looks kind of generic. It's already been
Mm-hmm.
done. You saw it already. And so, that's the difference. Um, like you say, there's nothing new under the sun, but my trust in my abilities and my heart and God, it gives me the wherewithal to trust me to bust the first move, and to find and that everything's gonna be all right.
Absolutely. We got Michael Venom Page against Mike Perry August 20th. What's your thoughts on that fight?
I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be a good bang. I did have the pleasure of getting to train with Mike Perry, and at first I thought that it would have been a bad matchup, because Michael Venom Page is such a sniper. I thought that, Mike Perry takes a lot of damage. I thought, like, wow, this might be trouble for Mike. But after getting to know him and after getting to train with him, we actually went a few rounds, and I saw there's a method to his madness, and it's particularly dangerous because you don't count on that. You don't count on a
Mm-hmm.
guy that trusts his ability to be able to take what you throw and then beat your ass when you done. So
Mm-hmm.
we were fighting, not catching them with good shots, and my shit's like, okay, how long are we gonna do this for? Next thing you know, I'm taking damage. I'm like, holy,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? Wait a minute, what is this, like round 5? He's still digging in, and I'm cooling off.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a power in what he brings to the table, and I'm confident that he gonna hold his own. I believe that, especially with this being bare knuckle, I think that Michael Venom Page is at the disadvantage, because he gonna find out that it ain't the same game. You throwing that shit out there, and you might not get it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it come back crumpled up.
What weight are they fighting at 185?
I don't know. I think so. Even though Mike's a small 185, there might be like a 175 fight, but yeah, maybe 185.
Okay. Hypothetically, if Michael Venom Page wins, would you be interested in that fight?
Listen, I'm interested in any fight. Any fight. Like right now, I'm gonna tell you the type of person I am. Right now, if some guy was beating up some lady, I'd jump right out and whoop his ass right now. I'm interested in any fight. Does it make sense? No. Is it a dream fest type of thing? Yes. Would BKFC make that fight? Maybe. I'm getting up there in status. Maybe they would give him a title shot. But it'd just be a title dream because I'll break his little ass in half.
Would you go to the UK to fight him?
I go wherever they. What? Come on, man. You're talking to Superman. I ain't even from here. I'm from Krypton.
I feel you, man. So the owner of the BKFC, David Feldman, he said once Nate Diaz is a free agent, he would be interested in signing him. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. Nah. I don't know, man. I believe that a lot of those moves are good for BKFC. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily good for the fighter that signs, if you know what I mean. Good publicity for me, either which way, sitting on top the way that I am. Whoever comes in just legitimize more and more legitimizes my throne, whether they're willing to fight me or whether they're unwilling to fight me. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people who are unwilling to fight me. Mm-hmm. So just like you can use that celebrity status to jump your ass in here and get a fight with the champ, it's a lot of people who would much rather use that celebrity status to avoid me.
Absolutely.
Which is what was the original problem in the first place. Especially after seeing what happened to Hector Lombard, what happened to Joe Riggs, and what's going to happen to my next opponent, and what would have happened to Mike Richmond. Man, nobody ain't signing up for that shit. When you get older, you start to look for, the path of least resistance. Ain't nobody looking for no pit bull to wrestle when they on the way out of the game. And that's what I'm bringing to the table. Like, bro, you might not, man, this ain't going to go the way, like, I'm not your buddy. I didn't spend 10, 20 years playing MMA games and wrestling around on the ground, roping each other till we fell in love. I ain't got no friends in that shit. And if you get in this, ain't going to be no grappling. It's bones to your brain until your ass is unconscious. And it is what it is.
Mm. And you know what? That leads me to my next question. What do you think about the explosion of YouTubers, social media stars wanting to jump in the ring? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I mean, hey, like I say, publicity is where the money at. Right now, you got Instagram writing checks. You got YouTube writing checks. You got TikTok writing checks. I don't care if it's a bum on the street right now trying to snatch a lady's purse. I'll put my phone up and start recording. I'll go over there and whoop his ass and hold him till the police get there. I'm interested. I'm with it. I'm down to fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if any of them guys want to get in the ring with me, man, make it make dollars, make it make sense, and it's on and popping. If we got to turn it all the way into a celebrity death match, it is what it is. Shout out to celebrity boxing. You know what I mean? Yeah, just understand. I'm not gonna take it easy on you. If you want that kind of work, like that's even with the Jake Paul thing. That's what that is. Some sort of celebrity match, YouTube guy, doing big numbers. If he willing to risk it with a real monster, real, like nothing ain't fake about what I do. Nothing. That look like a foot. That look like a foot. That don't look normal.
And you know what? That was gonna be my next question. Jake Paul, he was supposed to have a fight, I believe, against Hazeem Rahman Jr. today. But if he was to come to the BKFC, challenge you for the 185 belt, what's your thoughts?
Bro, listen, Jake Paul, he could holler out my name. He could challenge me for any status. We could meet at the ice skating rink and get it in. We could meet in Vegas with boxing gloves. We could do kickboxing. We could do MMA. We could have a foot race. Jake Paul can't beat me at nothing. But whatever. Like I said, if the fans want to see it, I'm slowly but surely understanding that it's about entertainment.
Mm.
Even though it's a fight, and a fight to me has always been life or death, fight or flight, survival. So after years and years and years of living like that, and then getting into this and starting to realize, like, hey, calm down. If you really want to see something interesting, go to the fights and look at me right after I knock somebody out. Like, I'm scared. Like I'm gone. Like, this ain't no fucking TV show to me. This is life or death. Like, for a second, that's why my dad's always there. For a second, I'm like PTSD. Like, I'm gone. Like, I'm probably gonna need therapy. But seriously, this ain't a game to me. This ain't the Disney Channel. This ain't celebrity boxing. This ain't YouTube, prankster, get 1 million views bullshit. To me, nah.
Yeah, man.
And
People
that's
dying there, man. People dying there.
Yeah, that's the difference between me and most of the people getting in there. You got your mama out there, and you trying to, look good for your mom. You got your girl and your kids out there, and they waving, hey daddy, I love you. Oh my God. I'm thinking, bro, you brought your mama to watch what I'm about to do to you? Like, man, you probably shouldn't have brought your mama.
Yeah, that's kind of rough, man.
You probably shouldn't have brought your mama, boy. This is about to get weird.
Do you follow boxing?
A little bit. Like I said, I stay in the gym so much I don't really have time to watch a lot of TV. But I got a few of them boys I like. I recently, I like to watch all the fights after they kind of, I watch all the replays and watch the fights again. I like what Tank Davis been doing. I like the whole Mayweather's ideology and squad and the brain of it. Boy, that boy is a super duper genius. But honestly, my personal opinion of the sport of boxing, even though I would get in it, it's soft. That's my personal opinion. It's soft. It's too many rules. It's too sweet. You got two men stand in front of each other for 12 rounds. At the end of the fight, they look like they put on lip gloss. Everybody's prettier than when the fight started. I don't believe that's a fight. Anytime that happens, that was never a fight. You're talking about some movie, karate, stuntman type shit. AEW is better than that. At least you're gonna see some blood. So you know what I mean? I don't get too involved in it. What Tank did to Rolly though? That was funny. I watched that. I watched the big ones. I watched them, but I don't watch it all.
Matter of fact, since you brought up Rolly, right? So I think the thing that sold that fight was what Tank usually does to everybody, knocking everybody out. But another thing was Rolly really promoting himself, you know what I'm saying, and really selling the fight to the fans. You think guys? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, you think more guys need to learn how to promote themselves and market themselves to the casuals in order to cross over?
I think it's a flaw in the system that we have to. See, a lot of the real serious fighters, a lot of the guys that's really good, they'll never get the shot because they never broke focus from training to be some sort of YouTube superstar running around selling tickets and filling up pools with Jello. So So it don't matter how good they are, they may never get the chance to be seen. And then you got some guys that are pure trash, but since they got this big personality or a big following, then they'll get on there and they'll get the shot to shine. So it's partially the promoter's fault, it's partially the fans' fault, it's partially necessary, but there was a time when it was the promoter's responsibility to promote. That's why they call promoters. But now it's the fighter's responsibility to promote and be the best damn fighter in the world and risk your life and sell tickets and be a superstar on the internet for unrelated shit like headbutting goats. You got to do all kind of weird shit.
Well, what's the point of even having a promoter?
That's just the way it go, man. You just got to keep up with the times. You got to be relevant. And so sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know, I don't think it's fair to the fighters, but it is what it is. You know, if you remember, even with like Don King and them, a lot of them guys wasn't promoting. Don King was the man. He made sure you saw him. He made sure you heard him. Some of them dudes couldn't even talk, couldn't even string together a sentence. But Don King made sure you knew what their name was.
Absolutely.
But nowadays, it ain't like that. You got to do that yourself.
Okay, two more questions, man. What's the best advice you can give to a young fighter beginning their career?
Honestly, I've been said. People ask me that a lot, and I'm gonna tell you, I've refined this over years and years and years. Stay in school. You can fight. You can be the champ of the world. You can stay in school at the same time. You know what I mean? This job ain't really the job like you quit everything and do this and think you're gonna survive like that. Nah. You got to be willing to put in 10 years worth of investing into this in order for it ever to take fruition. You got to remember what I said. I've been doing this for 10 years. Nobody even recognized me till 2 years ago. Now, if you want to go 10 years without a paycheck, you know what I mean? then quit. Don't go to school. Be a goofball. This more like stripping. Like you stripping to go to college. Like you do what you got to do, and then you bubble up, and that way there's so much at stake. You could get a staph infection. You could break a knuckle. You could break an orbital socket, and your career and your confidence is over. One of the kids, he got hit in the head and cracked his skull. You think he gonna be confident about fighting again? Hell no. Nah. So, but had he stayed in school the whole time that he was pursuing this, that's no big deal. I have another friend that's he just graduated. He's an RN now. Rashad Spencer. He was boxing and doing MMA when I was boxing and I was doing MMA. And when he decided that he didn't want to do it no more, he's a nurse. He gets $50 an hour. So yeah, stay in school. You know, stay in school. Stick with your use it to help yourself stay in school.
Absolutely. What advice would you have for someone wanting to get into bare knuckle boxing?
Get into the tryouts. Whenever you see them tryouts, them posters pop up. Whenever you see them flyers pop up, get into the tryouts right now. I'm doing a tryout in Jacksonville, Florida. Me personally, I drove from Jacksonville to Tampa to get into the tryouts when they did it in Tampa. I smoked the tryouts. I got a contract. I became the world champ. If I can do it, you can do it. So if you really want to get into bare knuckle fighting and you've been doing some MMA, you have a martial arts background or a boxing background, and you really think you can do it, get in the gym, get in the tryout, show them what you can do, and get a contract. Period. Even if you come to the tryout, it's a room full of managers. So even if you don't win the tryouts, you still get to meet with a manager who could possibly get you a bare knuckle fight a few weeks later. So it's not just about being the big winner like American Idol. You also met with the people in the room who see that you have potential talent and can get you a fight. This thing is gonna be big. This thing is gonna be big. Just like MMA came out and it was just weird and nobody wanted to back it. Then the next thing you know, a few big companies get involved and it's everywhere. So go to my website, www.juggernauthunt.com, and register for the tryouts. Even if you're not here, you can pre-register and you will be in the registry for future tryouts. Go to www.juggernauthunt.com and register at my National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide website. You'll see all the stuff. You'll see the old tryouts. You'll know what to expect. You'll know what city they're coming to next. You just register. And if you register, you might pop up. You can pop up and make one of these tryouts and get you a contract.
Let's make it happen, man. We definitely gonna have the flyer up on the screen so everybody can know where to go. Let the people know where to find you at, man.
Find me on Instagram at the Juggernaut Hunt. Find me in Jacksonville, Duval, in the street. I ain't weird. Push up on me. Say hi. I'm gonna say hi back. Ask for a picture. We gonna get a picture. Run up on me with some dumb shit. You can get that too. I'm everywhere, man. Facebook, Instagram, Google me. Just say Siri, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, and she'll tell you exactly your shit. Be like, oh, that's the baddest motherfucker in the world. I'll take you right to him.
Oh man. Well, we appreciate you for your time, champ, man. For real. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to the people who know and love me, and to the people who don't.
All right, man. That's the champ, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt. We appreciate you, champ.
Yes, sir.